We have our next Ageless Education presenter, Charlie Cam. He's going to be presenting Less Death and More Fun, Futuristic Life Extension. Charlie was sponsor, organizer, and master of ceremonies for the Transvision 2007 conference in Chicago. He owned and operated his own development company, producer of several films, songs, and music videos. He's on the advisory boards of the Brink Institute, Coalition for Radical Life Extension, the Lifeboat Foundation. Shh, there's still a lot of talking. Thank you. The Lifeboat Foundation and the Center for Conscious Creativity. He's currently the CEO of a company that creates lifelike human digital avatars and is working with Ray Kurzweil on promotion of Ray's latest book, Danielle. He has presented his film, video, and music productions at events from California to Madrid and is excited to present once again at one of his favorite places with some of the nicest folks he knows at People Unlimited. Please welcome Charlie Cam.
Well, thank you. Thank you. That was a very nice introduction that I wrote. Thank you. It is true. I'm really glad to be back here because there's 8 inches of snow in Chicago, which is, but not really. No, I mean, but that's part of it. But no, really, it's great to be here because I do really love all of you guys. You guys are, like I say, you're my extended family, or as I like to say, my extensionist family, my life extensionist family. So when I come here, I feel really good. And it's great to come here and hear, you know, I get to see Bernie come on stage and inspire me with her amazing talk. And then Joe comes out and does a stand-up comedy routine, and it's inspiring. And then, of course, Jim, I get to come and look at his hair. So, you know, I kid him, I love him. No, but I really do like coming here, and it's exciting, and you guys always make me feel good, so I hope that I can make you feel good with some videos, which is what I like to do. That's where whenever I'm traveling, like they said, that's what I'm going around. I'm presenting a lot of these different things. And I've got a mixture of some old ones and some new ones. So I got to squeeze it into that 30 minutes, and I don't want to go over time like I always do. So I'm going to try to squeeze it. So the first one, so I'll just talk about each one a little bit. The first one is called Bhavishya, and this one I think I showed it at the second Rad Fest, and it's about life extension and how, you know, you can. It's going to show you about how things can get better from how things were in the past and in the future, and it's about life extension, as all my videos really are. But it also has an important point about how technology, the futuristic technologies, are going to change not just our health, but our society. So you're going to see things, you know, because technology is kind of the great equalizer. And you're not going to see things like in the past where women were subjugated, right? And now you're going to see, as we see what's happening, there's an equality for not, you know, just the races, but the sexes and everybody. And technology moves that forward, and we're all equals on our brainiac levels, you know? So that's what makes it exciting. And that's reflected in this first video, Bhavishya. So if you could show that one, number 1.
The year was 1045 AD, and the lecherous King Olden Days was not happy about getting old and being ignored by his harem of girls, so he summoned his wizard for a solution.
Life extension, death prevention, this is all the rage. Everybody wanting it, cause no one wants to age. The future's right around the corner, so just keep on hanging in. Price point keeps on dropping so that everyone gets in.
The future coming faster. Robotics, I'm gonna be a cyborg, so no need for narcotics. I'm gonna make my own fate, gonna buy myself more time. Gotta change my very substrate, cause I never wanna die.
I want to live forever. I want to be young. And I want all of them to like me. When you mention life extension, you'll be met with apprehension. Cause the history we're entrenched in puts it past their comprehension. Yet no matter their rejection, when there's chance for intervention, there's no doubt and there's no question. It's their strongest of intention to achieve long life extension.
Future's exponential, bhavishyat gati hai. It happens everywhere, har jagah hota hai. It is life extension, जीवन का विस्तार है. हम कभी नहीं मारेंगे, means we are here to stay. Moving to the future, I'm heading for robotics. I'm gonna be a cyborg, so no need for narcotics. I'm gonna make my own fate, gonna buy myself more time. Gonna change my very substrate, cause I never wanna die.
Brevity of 70 is not what's called longevity. 100 years, 500 years, 1,000 years, then more. That's the kind of life extension we're all fighting for. Fighting off attrition, using calorie restriction, warding off any affliction, cause survival's our addiction.
The future's exponential, bhavishyat gati hai. It happens everywhere, har jagah hota hai. It is life extension, जीवन का विस्तार है. हम कभी नहीं मारेंगे, means we are here to stay.
Thank you. Thank you. That was actually fun to do. So the next video, I think Kat mentioned that I'm actually friends with Ray, and I've known him a long time, and he invited me to come to his company parties when he was still at Kurzweil Technologies in Boston. And whenever you invite me, I didn't want to go empty-handed. And he was already a big fan of that first video I did, I Am the Very Model of a Singularitarian. And so I wanted to come with something different. And so I just put some stuff together where I was taking video clips that were relevant to whatever was going on or what he was writing books about. And so I did one where I took a video clip from a famous musical that you guys probably know, and I think you've seen this before because I've showed it before. But the reason I wanted to show it again is because it doesn't get much airtime on YouTube. It's apparently banned from YouTube for something silly like copyright infringement or something. But but it's a funny video. I know whenever I show it, a lot of people like it a lot, and it's about futuristic technologies. It refers to Ray's books, but it also has a little bit of a social commentary, like I always like to do. And in this one, it shows where there are those Luddite type people that, those are the people that maybe don't like technology for whatever reason, and so that's incorporated in this film. particularly at the end. So that is number 2. Let's watch the number 2.
Well, now, if anything scares me and I'm feeling unhappy, I just try and think of new things.
What kind of thing?
Well, let me say new things. Dyson spheres. Green energy. Lifelike avatars. Supercomputers that keep getting faster. Brand new technology to fight disaster. Bright scientists with the theory of strings. These are a futurist's favorite things. Gene therapy that can make us live longer. Virtual worlds where we're better and stronger. Molecular manufacturing machines. These are a futurist's favorite things. Nanobots that help us fight off diseases. Merging with robots before they don't need us. Multiverses and dimensions unseen. These are a futurist's favorite things. And there's Luddites talk of great when I'm feeling sad. I simply remember to read Kurzweil books, and then I don't feel so bad.
Does it really work?
Of course he does. You try it. What things do you like?
Paradigm shifts, ionics, photonics, cloning body parts,
No more wars.
telepresence, teleporting, operating races, bionic bodies, nanoscience, parasites, computronium.
Curing the cold. Singularity. Supercomputers that keep getting faster. Bright new technologies to fight disaster. Bright scientists with the theory of strings. These are a futurist's favorite things. Gene therapy that can make us live longer. Virtual worlds where we're better and stronger. Molecular manufacturing machines. These are our futurist's favorite things.
Oh, together.
Nanobots that help us fight off diseases. Magic with robots before they don't need us. Multiverses and dimensions unseen. These are our futurist's favorite things. When there's Luddites.
Bad bites. Well,
Luddite?
Futurist, did I not tell you that new ideas are strictly forbidden in this house?
Well, the children were upset by that stupid rule, so I thought... You did, sir.
And do you or do you not have difficulty understanding such stupidity?
Only during thinking time, sir.
Liesel?
yes,
I don't
Father.
recall seeing proof of humans teleported.
Oh, really? Well, as a matter of fact...
Yes?
Well, I was...
What she would like to say, Luddite, is that scientists have been teleporting information between entangled photons. Not humans. Not yet, anyway. Come along, children. You heard the Luddite. Go stick your head in the sand immediately.
Futurist, you don't seem to remember that I'm against all these ideas. Is it also possible you don't remember that I'm the one with all the money? And therefore any changes are a threat to my power and control?
Luddite? I wonder if before you go I could talk to you about some computers for the children.
What
to
did I
help them
just
learn.
say?
If I could just have raw material.
You know I'm against all technologies, not the least of which are computers.
But the children.
Yes, and I'm a Luddite. Good night.
Molecular manufacturing machines.
Thank you very much. That was, if you couldn't guess, thank you. You know what? That's what I hear all the time, and I'm thinking I'm just gonna do that. It's a lot easier than making a whole new video. Actually, if you haven't guessed, that was me doing the voices. You may have thought that was Julie Andrews' actual voice. No, she doesn't talk like a Monty Python character. So the next video is actually a new one, and it's a music video. I tried to do a version of this with people here about a year or so ago. We didn't quite finish it, and I promised I talked to Craig about this, and we will try to get it done when we get the scheduling. But I wanted to do a version of this because it's kind of an homage to Jose Cordero's got a new book out. You guys all know Jose, right? Jose Cordero. Like, don't you just, you're right. Viva la revolucion, that's his favorite. I love that guy. Like, the first time I met him, we just went crazy because we're both crazy people. So the thing is that he came out with a new book called La Muerte de la Muerte, which means the death of death. And he was hosting the Transvision 2018 conference, and he invited me to come and present all my videos and stuff there. And I said, well, Jose, I'm going to do a video for you that's like a bit of an homage to your book, The Death of Death. So I created a video called The Death of Death. And this video is also not only to his book, but it's also an homage to an old film that was a 1957 film by famous director and writer Ingmar Bergman. And it was a movie called The Seventh Seal. And it was a movie, a black and white film. It's considered one of the best films in the world, actually, you know, and it was a very poignant and thoughtful film, and it was about existentialism, and it was about this knight from the 12th century. He had been fighting the Crusades, and he came back to his homeland in northern Europe, and he found out that all of Europe at that point was being ravaged by the bubonic plague. And here he was, he'd survived war, and he came, and all of a sudden everybody was dying, and he was, he's walking along the beach contemplating how all these unfortunate deaths are occurring, and he looks and he sees this figure, and it's death in the form of the Grim Reaper, with the hood and all that. And he sees him, and he realizes he's coming for him. And he also happened to know that death, historically, he knew that death was this aficionado of chess. So he thought, I'm going to challenge him to chess to buy some more time. So in that's what the movie, like, that was a premise of how it worked, how the movie played out. But this was a setting of the 12th century. So there was no hope for this guy. I mean, it's unfortunate, but he wanted to live more, but that was back then, and luckily for us, we're living now. And so I kind of took that theme and I updated it, and so we'll have maybe a different outcome now. Anyway, so this is the version that I showed, and I promise that we can finish a new version with you guys here at some point. But for now, let's watch this one. It's called The Death of Death.
I asked my grandmother, where did grandfather go? And she replied, he went to heaven, child. That's where we all will go when we get old. We all must die.
But things are different now. Science has changed it all. And getting old is age-old fallacy. There's a new lease on life. So if tragedy strikes and things are at the worst they'll ever be, we can try one thing more. When death is right at the door, we can preserve ourselves bionically. Don't know if it works for sure yet, but it's a much smarter bet. Giving yourself a plan B. So I say, heaven can wait for another day. It's not my fate to go away. Heaven can wait I saw the news today.
Tragedy
So
strikes.
many died of some new disease.
Scientists and others, they continue to search for a cure. Sources.
They buried all the dead. While I thought in my head these tragedies don't have to be. Cause things are different now. Science has changed it all. And being buried is a travesty. Now we don't have to go. We'll just be put on hold and realize this new reality. We'll freeze them and then we'll store them until we find a cure for them. Then they can return to a future advanced society. Now I'm thinking we'll live forever. The chances are much, much better. Approaching immortality.
One more time.
Heaven can wait for another day. It's not my fate to go away. Heaven can wait for another day. It's not my fate to go away. Heaven can wait. Heaven can wait. Heaven can wait. Go away. Heaven can wait. Go away. Heaven can wait. Heaven can wait.
Thank you very much. And that opening had Arthur C. Clarke in it. That was a picture I got from Jose. So, you know, that video was about cryonics, and I know that not everybody in here is into cryonics, and we're all entitled to our own choices. I just want to say, for me, I always think of cryonics not as a plan B, but more of like a part of the scientific, arsenal that we have at our disposal. Just like all the supplements that Kat talks about taking, and I do that, and I follow all that. I also like to know that there's that other thing in case, like, because there's always a circumstance. As much as we want to save ourselves from aging, there's always, like, there's a statistic in the next video you're going to hear. 100,000 people die every day from age-related disease. 100,000 people. But you know what the actual statistic is? 150,000 people die every day. So what's the other 50,000? Well, war, murder, accidents. And those are hard to mitigate. Like, you can take all the supplements, and how do you prevent when the drunk driver you don't know is coming along and barrels over the curb and kills you? So in that sense, I think, like, glad that I have my little Alcor, bracelet that I wear here, because there's always that chance that crazy thing happens, and that way, when the rest of the world comes, it looks like he's dead, and then they film, like, what's this thing? And now, if I'm lucky, they call Alcor, and Alcor comes, gets me, freezes me, and then what if it works? In other words, my point is, I never let death win. I am so, like Bernie's passionate about it, I have that same passion. Like, I am not letting death win. Even if I'm dead, I'm not letting them win, right? You just, like, screw them. If death comes and says you're dead, I'm like, well, I got Alcor, So, like, I just want you guys to think about that, because what's amazing is you live in the same town. Like, it's literally, there's only 2 in this country, and you guys have the benefit of having that. And so many people that I know, and they're on the coalition, are members of it. They're members of Alcor. It's so, like Jose is, and Ben Gertzel, and Aubrey, and David Kekich, and Kat, and me, we're all so anyway. All right, now back to our regularly broadcasted broadcast. So the next one is, so I found out that there was this thing called the longevity film competition, which I'd never heard there was such a thing, but all of a sudden I found out about this year. And what it was is people were doing these short films and submitting them for competition to see which one was going to win. And the top 3 were going to be, the top 3 It's better. It's not that bad. The top three that we're going to be picked as winners, we get to win prizes. All right. So they had all the submissions, and it turns out that mine won a prize. So I was very thank you. I was very happy about that. And then so I submitted it to the Raw Science Film Festival, and I just found out like 2 days ago that it's made it as a finalist. So we'll see. I don't know where it's going to go, but it's a fun video. Now, part of the requirement for this was that you had to incorporate certain things, and you had to incorporate that aging is a disease, that aging is that interfering with aging is okay, even if people think aging is natural, but so are earthquakes. So who likes that, right? And then the other one is that the other two is that if we are going to live to 150 years, we're not going to live old and decrepit. We're going to live 150 years and beyond, real healthy. And the other thing was that anti-aging is not just for the rich. So that's what I had to incorporate. That's what the film is. And oh, by the way, in this one, as you saw in the previous one, I was Dr. Radlix again. Well, in this one, Dr. Radlix is actually female. Because you know what? We got to respect the women. They're doing amazing things in the world of anti-aging, maybe even more so than men. So here it is. It's called Undoing Aging. Please play the next one. Hold the elevator. Hold.
I guess we're on the same floor, huh?
I guess so.
After you. Hey, I see that we're neighbors, huh? I don't remember seeing you before, but it looks like you're a doctor?
Yeah, I'm Dr. Radlix, working on anti-aging. We're about to start human clinical trials.
Oh, well, that sounds really interesting. Hey, maybe we should get together for a drink sometime. I'd like to learn more about it.
Oh, thanks anyway, but I am really busy. Maybe next time.
Dad, where you at? Dad, come on. What are you doing?
Reading the science.
We got no time for that. Come on. I gotta save you. I'm gonna save you. You're gonna be safe.
What are we doing here?
Don't worry.
Oh, what's going on?
Well, I wanted to bring my dad back because he wanted to find out more about your anti-aging thing, if that's okay. So can we come in? Can we come in?
Oh, okay. Come on in. Have a seat on the couch. First, the most important thing you have to understand is that aging is a disease.
Aging is a disease? What are you talking about? That aging's not a disease. What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Actually, aging is the worst disease. Did you know 100,000 people die every day because of age-related diseases? Which means one person dies every second.
Every second?
As we get older, our tissues wear down and we eventually become susceptible to the many diseases that we can no longer fight off. So if we can stop aging, we can essentially fight off those diseases.
Aging is natural. You're not supposed to interfere with nature. Time for my pill. High blood pressure pill.
But wait, see? Right there, what you just did. You took a pill to help you with your blood pressure. You basically just interfered with aging. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because whether you believe we got our brain from God or evolution, They're there for us to use them to better our world and ourselves. And with the way science is progressing with rejuvenation therapies, it looks like we will all soon be living at least 150 years, possibly more.
He's 90 years old. He could barely walk. If he didn't have a diaper on right now, things would be pretty messy in here. No way he wants another 60 years of this misery.
Wait, that's not what she means. Is it?
The kind of life extension I am talking about wouldn't just keep us alive longer, it would actually improve our health immensely so that we'd have younger bodies again and therefore be living in a great shape indefinitely.
Well, this all sounds great, but it also sounds like it's going to cost a lot of money, and we haven't got that kind of cash to spare. It is going to cost a lot, right?
You're right, it will cost a lot.
Ha! See, I told you.
At first. But just like the development of any technologies, it starts out expensive, then very quickly the price point drops while the quality improves, just like what happened with cell phones. And these new treatments are coming to us faster and faster. Some are already here, and it's important that you take advantage of them. So, would you like to sign up?
So does that mean I have to bring my dad to see you every day for treatments?
No, he will be at my clinic for 6 months. So, would you like to live long and prosper?
Dad, you're home. So how did it go? Holy cow! You look great!
And I feel great. That treatment really worked. I feel like a kid again.
This is great news. Now I can go out and celebrate with Dr. Radlix. Dr. Radlix, I was just coming to see you. Wow, you look great too. Anyway, I wanted to thank you for what you did for my dad, and I guess you're here so we can go out for those drinks too, right?
Oh, sorry, but I already have a date tonight.
You already have a date? With who?
Excuse me?
Dad?
See you later.
Bye.
Oh, Dr. Radlix, wait 1 second. I had one more question for you before you go. Well, I want to know, yeah, he looks younger and everything, but he's still 90 years old, and, there's a big age difference. What do you have in common?
I guess you didn't read my book, the one your dad was reading. Maybe you should. Have a good night.
Thank you. Thank you. That was fun to make too. So anyway, I know I'm probably out of time, but I have one last video. This one I wanted to. I made a song for People Unlimited. I don't know if you guys remember last time I was here. We played it a little bit. Well, I asked our good buddy Craig McClure and his buddy Yannick helped him, and I said, hey, could you make something for these guys? I love these people so much, I want to give them something back. So he put together a pretty cool video and attached it to my song, and so here it is. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's called People Unlimited, so here it is.
There's nothing like being together. There's an intimacy that we all need to experience all the time. We need to be able to have each other to inspire each other.
It's more than just living forever, although that's a huge part. It's also how we live forever. It's also what is our mindset? What is our humanity with each other?
If you're questioning the limits of aging and death, get inspired, get informed. I'm living on Ageless. Break free of confined rules and routines that constrict. Know you're not alone, 'cause there's a movement that exists, made up of some amazing folks. Each one will give you so much hope and all immortalists. People unlimited, people unlimited. Immortalized are no surprise when you know you're gonna live. People unlimited, people unlimited. Eternity's reality when you feel it from within.
Look, our future is bright. No one here, as far as I'm concerned, has to die anymore.
It's really exciting to have this many of us come together with real purpose in mind, and that's outliving death.
Emotional and physical stagnation holds us back. Optimistic lifestyles are what puts us back on track. Eliminate negativity. Use all the latest therapies. Let science be your guarantee. You'll feel great when you break free. People unlimited. People unlimited. Immortalized are no surprise when you know you're gonna live. People unlimited. People unlimited. Eternity's reality when you feel it from within.
This is a movement. I want you to get this. This is a movement. We want to move this movement across the world, and every one of you are important in this. I'm so grateful that you showed up for your life here. Spread the word to everybody on this planet, everybody you meet.
And I feel great. I live abundantly. I'm successful in what I do. And the greatest success there is not dying.
Physically immortal is a choice you must decide. You have to say it, mean it, and to feel it from inside. It's not a thing you can pretend and hope it works one day. Face it and embrace it and forever live that way. Yeah, you gotta face it. Yeah, and embrace it. Yeah, and forever live that way. People unlimited, people unlimited. Immortalized are no surprise when you know you're gonna live. People unlimited, people unlimited. Eternity's reality when you feel it from within. People unlimited, people unlimited. Immortalized are no surprise. You'll see the light when you open your eyes. Prepare to live, don't prepare to die. Keep your mind and body exercise. Eternal life's the greatest prize. So come and join our immortal ride.
We need to be proud here in this room of feeling this way, and we need to tell everybody that we meet that there's another way to live. There's another way to live. Thank you all. Thank you all very much.
It's reality when you feel it from within. People unlimited, people unlimited, people unlimited.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.